Guess who's here? THEAR is here. Welcome everyone. Today we're talking about a new Thief game that no one has heard about since 2017. We're going to be talking about what is going on with this new game, when will it come out, and what to expect from it. So without further ado, I don't want to waste any more of your time like an unskippable YouTube ad, so let's dive balls deep into this video. In 2016, an article reported that Straight Up Films were making a movie adaptation to the popular video game series known as Thief. Then in 2017, Straight Up Films came out and straight up said that a Thief video game is also being developed alongside the movie. Straight Up Films had this to say: widely considered to be one of the greatest games ever created, a fifth sequel is currently in development to be released in step with the motion picture adaptation. Steeped in, you don't need to read that. All you need to know is a fifth sequel is currently being developed and it's going to be released alongside the movie. Now this information comes from the About page regarding the Thief film, but that page is no longer available and got taken down faster than those couples who take down their pics on Instagram after breaking up. You know them couples who post 300 pictures of each other together, but as soon as they break up, they wipe the entire Instagram page clean. That's what's going on here. The page being no longer available isn't the greatest sign in the world. If astrology was real, this would be a terrible sign, and all the 13-year-old girls would be freaking out round about now. The About page being removed isn't a sign of something that is going swimmingly well behind closed doors, and that's because it isn't. Thief 5, as people have been calling it, is currently being developed by Eidos Montreal, who are part of Square Enix, and Square Enix are the ones who own the rights to the Thief series. However, one of the head developers of Eidos Montreal said this back in 2017 regarding Thief 5 when it was reported to be in development. Apparently, we're developing Thief 5, so now we have a title, we just need to build a team, a budget. Forget it. I imagine he sounds like that. So it seemed in 2017 that this game was just announced without any real plans and without any real groundwork being already done, or without development even starting. And that still seems like the case in 2021, as we still have no Thief 5 and no movie. But why? One big reason we haven't seen another Thief game is because Eidos Montreal are simply not working on it and never started to work on it. Despite what Straight Up Films said, they never were working on this game. It's just not a thing.
So that was a fucking lie.
Another big reason we haven't seen another Thief game in recent years is because the Thief game we got in 2014 sucked harder than Kim K in that one tape she did. The game was trash, and if you liked it, then I'm sorry to tell you, but you are officially a raccoon, because only raccoons play with trash. The game just wasn't up to par, it just wasn't up to standard for die-hard Thief fans, and this was because of limitations the developers faced when making the game adaptable for console. They had to cut back on a lot of features, a lot of details, they had to cut back on the gameplay mechanics, the graphics, and the map had to be broken down into chunks due to the console's restrictions at the time. So when a game like that isn't well received and every article is about how bad it is, then all this is going to do is discourage the publishers from ever funding a sequel to the game. Another reason is a lack of time. Square Enix were busy funding a bunch of other AAA games and really had no time for Thief 5, and whenever anyone asked about it, they simply said, "Ain't nobody got time for that." So Thief 5 got shelved while Square Enix funded their other cash cow games such as Hitman 2, the Tomb Raider series, the Final Fantasy series, Just Cause 4, and most recently the Guardians of the Galaxy game. Plus, another thing that could have impacted this game never coming out in recent memory is the pandemic. The pandemic could have played a part in it. Financially, Square Enix might have took a hit during the pandemic, so taking a risk by developing and releasing Thief 5 doesn't seem like the smartest thing to do in the business world. Plus, they might not have had a surplus amount of staff to ignite the project into development. I don't know what any of that I just said means, but it sounded professional. And this was something the head developer had mentioned back in 2017 from that tweet I read earlier. So these reasons could as well play a part in why Thief 5 hasn't come out yet. The truth is, Thief 5 is most likely not even in development. And when a game's not in development, you can't release a game. I know, shocking. But if development has started and the game is being developed, then it won't be anywhere similar to the Thief that we got in 2014. As times have changed, technology has improved, and the things that they couldn't do in the original, they now definitely can do on next gen consoles and of course on PC. So I would expect a larger map, more detail, better graphics, and a smoother experience overall. That is if you ever get to play Thief 5, which you won't. With a lack of updates since 2017 and the fact we've seen no trailer, no gameplay, and not a single in-game image from Thief 5, I can't see Thief 5 being in development or even being close to release. This by no means it's not in development or not close to being released, but going off what we can see, it doesn't look like we'll see Thief 5 anytime soon. So you might as well rename Thief 5 to Andrew Gosden 5.
No, that one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it.
So there is no release date, but gun to my head, if I was forced to answer for some weird reason on when I think Thief 5 could ever come out, I would say late 2022, that sounded weird, or sometime in 2023, if it's even in development. It probably isn't. I have no reason for this prediction, but trust me, it will come true. If I've learned anything from being on the internet, it's to trust everything you see as 100% facts. So that's it. Thief 5 is nowhere to be seen, and it doesn't look like we'll see it anytime soon. It doesn't look like it's ever been in development, and it doesn't look like it's ever gonna come out. So thank you all for watching. I feel like I've done an episode of Family Guy where a bunch of things happen and then at the end they say, oh, I'm glad everything's back to normal, and it just feels like nothing's happened. I feel like I've done that today. But thank you all for watching this video. Like the video if you aren't racist, and subscribe if you think Hitler killing 6 million Jews was a pretty bad thing. Until next time, I've been THEAR, put THEAR inside your heart. We are representing baby. Oh, I should really get rid of the outro.